The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
In the squadron, they called him Bullets, but we call him Greg Kelly. Greg Kelly is on the air
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Left their wallet at your house. The person, you're going to get a warning that there's an AirTag near you. I always thought you surprised the guy by showing up and, oh boy. No, they have all kinds of warnings that you're coming. It pops up on their screens. It even pops up on their stuff that's not even Apple. You can figure that out. So I don't know. That's ever see that movie No Country for Old Men? And Javier Bardem is after that bag of money, and it's got a tracker in it. Fascinating, entertaining as hell film, even though it doesn't quite make sense. We never find out why Javier Bardem is this kind of secret, super duper ninja killing guy and can do just about anything. It's wild. It's totally wild. All right, so this is it. It feels to me so much like that crazy week between Christmas and New Year's. You got to pause to think what day it is for a moment. I don't know why that is, but it is. And I think this is a time to recalibrate. This is a time to kind of rest up before the mad dash before the midterms. Republicans are having a convention in Dallas, a midterm convention. You have conventions, big political conventions in presidential years, and then they have mini ones in the state, I think almost every year, but they're having a national one, and I think it's a very good idea. Fake news will, no matter what happens, they'll say it was a complete and total disaster. But there's new opportunity on the horizon here to keep the Congress in the hands of not insane people. Kind of that's all I'm looking for now in politicians sometimes. Just don't be crazy. I want more than that. I mean, John Thune, I'm losing confidence. I've lost confidence in that guy. And I just want him to be not crazy. What is his agenda? But this is even crazier. This is the woman who is on her way to Congress. AOC is like old hat. This is Milat Kuros, MK something. They're going to start calling her MK. She was born in Ethiopia. Her father was I don't know. I don't want to say anything about the old man because the old man wanted to come to America because he liked America, I presume. And she gets here and she hates the joint. And she says some things like, we deserved it on 9/11. She's totally, my God, how offensive is that? But she's also revealing another dirty little secret. I don't think she understands what she's doing here. This is the newest member of she's incoming member. Looks like she's going there. She's got the Democrat nomination in a deep blue, dark blue district from Colorado, 29 years old. Just got fired by a law firm because she was writing anti-Semitic stuff all over the place. I've heard about that before, though, people getting fired or whatever, and then they say, oh, yeah, and they run for Congress, and then they win, although they often lose, too. She won, and sane people in the Democrat Party, of which there are maybe 2 or 3, are just going to go along with this crap because they're scared. They're desperate, scared, but still ambitious. Milat Kuros, MK, Democrat nominee for Congress, cut 4.
I'm asking you, was 9/11 an inevitable consequence for America based on U.S. foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response.
Forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response. Now, this is 2001. What were we doing in the Middle East, right? What were we doing in the Middle East? We hadn't invaded Iraq. We had not invaded Afghanistan. We had a military presence then, as we do now, in places like Bahrain and UAE and Kuwait. Is that what was getting people upset? What she is showing herself to be, we were very strong allies of Israel. That was our crime. That's why they tried to get us on 9/11, and they did get us. We hit back, and thanks to George W. Bush, we hit back late and lame. Late and lame. When he was on that mound, the people who took down those towers will hear from all of us really soon. Nope. He gave the Taliban a 6-week head start. All right, so you got a nut job like this. This deserves complete and total condemnation from the allegedly sane people like Governor Todd Shapiro. They keep telling me that this guy's good at politics. I don't think so. He's the governor of Pennsylvania. He's a Barack Obama imitator whenever he's on stage. Is he impressive? Cut 5, please. Cut 5.
Democratic voters in New York chose 3 candidates backed by Zohran Mamdani, far left and Democratic Socialist candidates. What message do you take from that about where your party is?
Well, those were races in individual districts in a whole other state. I think you're seeing very different looking congressional races and certainly different Democratic candidates.
Stop.
Here in.
It's even the question is gentle. What message does this send? No. Every single Democrat in the country needs to be asked, do you condemn these views? Do you condemn this? No matter what the hell happens, they always say, President Trump, do you condemn what so-and-so says? You must condemn it. You must condemn these things. Condemn. President Trump being urged to condemn things no matter what. Cut 6.
Equivocally condemn David Duke and say that you don't want his vote or that of other white supremacists in this election?
Very least, do you condemn the racist parts of the video?
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Sure.
You must condemn them, even though he always has and did. Then it becomes insulting. Will you say once again you're not a racist? That's like giving legitimacy to the question. But here he is in 2017, absolutely, positively, unequivocally doing exactly what they said he didn't. Cut 7.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
There you go. So we have Democrats who have not condemned racism and anti-Semitism and basically pro-violence against America. They haven't condemned that. They're not even asked to condemn it. And they're not going to condemn it because I think they're going to go along with this, which is really something, which is really like, wow, we're in a new space, a new time where a major party is going to go off the train tracks. It was already gone. Once you start saying it's a civil right for young people, children, to have their genitals mutilated without the parents' consent, right? Or for drag queens to hang around public libraries and schools with children. Once you sign up for that crap, you'll sign up for anything. You will sign up for anything, and they have. You will make a deal with the devil, and they are. I mean, it literally. That last voice there sounded familiar. I think that was Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace. It's interesting how you can be a valued member of the swamp with such a powerful kind of position, right? A perch. He was at ABC News anchoring Nightline, and then he gets the show at Fox. And to be totally fake news, even at a place like Fox. Fox always has an identity crisis going on. There's always some edict coming down, and they're trying to figure out, how do we make Rupert not mad at us? How do we make him happy? How do we, that person doesn't like that person. Okay, then I can do this. It's just like a lot of corporations. It's all scheming and weird. Oh, hold on a second. Like a lot of corporations. Did you hear how much some of these CEOs make? I'm pretty much totally okay with that. You made a success, go for it. But there is a limit. There is a limit, especially when your airplanes are crummy. Now, I love the Boeing company. The Boeing, they make the 747. They made the 727, the 707, the 737, the 767, the 757, the 787. Did I mention the 737? That's the one that went nuts. The 737 MAX. And they screwed that one up. The best is the 747. Anyway, this is an American company. And the people on the assembly line make a certain amount of money. I don't even think David Calhoun, the ex-CEO, I don't think he knows how to fly a plane. They brought him in from General Electric. How much can he know? Listen to how much money this guy made. And one of our favorites, Josh Hawley, is busting his chops about this one. I think you got to go to the Trump school and say, I make $50 million a year, when you actually only make $32 million a year. Like, he's too defensive about this. Carlos, let me hear from this guy, the CEO of Boeing, challenged by Republican Senator Josh Hawley.
What is it that you get paid currently?
Senator, that's well disclosed in our proxy documents in each of the years that I've been employed.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a big number, sir.
Well, let me help you out. It's $32.8 million this year. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
That's a 45% increase over last year. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
You've got 32,000 machinists. These are American workers who work for you. These are Boeing employees in the Pacific Northwest. Well, they got 1% wage increases over 8 years. 1% over 8 years. You got a 45% increase just last year, and you're making $33 million. Do you think maybe these folks deserve a raise?
Oh, they will definitely get a raise.
Good. Good. I hope it's a substantial one. And I hope that maybe this will be an opportunity for Boeing under new leadership to reverse course and actually start making things again, start making things in this country again, and start paying its people well. I've listened to your testimony, and, you know, it seems like the gist of it seems to be that if you could just get your employees to comply, you know, follow the rules, follow your management techniques, etc., things would be better. I don't think the problem's with the employees.
Oh, it's
actually,
not. It is
yeah,
not.
I think the problem's with you. You. It's the C-suite. It's the management. It's what you've done to this company. That's where the problem is. The problem's at the top. Your engineers, they're probably the best in the world. Your machinists, they're outstanding. You're the problem. And I just hope to God that you don't destroy this company before it can be saved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Wow, what do you do with that? If you're the CEO of Boeing, how do you feel after that? Well, he got the axe. But that's indefensible, a 45% raise for a company, quite frankly, that has botched a lot of things. You know, that 747 that we got from Qatar? I mean, I'll admit it wasn't ideal that we had to get it from Qatar. It's also kind of a cool thing, too. We would not have had to do that if Boeing had produced the Air Force One on time. Produced it on time. And they didn't, and they haven't. Now I hear, well, Air Force One, President Trump says he saved $400 million, but it cost $400 million to upgrade. If it did cost $400 million to upgrade, and it may have, a couple of things, that's way below what a new 747 costs. It's also another ripoff. You know, when the president goes anywhere, I mean, and he goes places all the time. He goes to hotels, right? He'll go to a hotel across town, and they make the hotel, even if he's there for a half hour to give a speech, they make it a little mini White House. They have a secure room. They have secure phones. They have security. They have protection. They've gone a little bit overboard with the security and the protection. And I'm one who actually I worry myself so much about the president's security. But the plane is possibly where he is least vulnerable because of altitude and speed. Okay? Now, they jam it all with this stuff, this crazy stuff, and most of it is not necessary. Whatever plane the president is on becomes Air Force One. This new one is a beaut, the 747-8. It's bigger, wider, obviously newer, and it is kind of a little bit embarrassing that Boeing, and not just Boeing, that aviation in general has plateaued so much. 50 years ago, the SST, the Concorde, could make it to London in, a little less than 3 hours. It takes 8 on the Air Force One. It takes 8 on United, on American. We can't do what we could do 50 years ago, not even the president's plane. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. Now, who's going to fix it? Who's going to fix it? I love what President Trump did. Unfortunately, he's not going to be around forever. Who's coming next? Who is coming next? The more I hear J.D. Vance, I know Marco Rubio has some appeal, but I think J.D. Vance is the man. And who are the Democrats going to come up with? I think it's going to be Kamala Harris or Pete Buttigieg, because after I'm done with Gavin Newsom, he's going to be finished. He's going to be finished in politics. J.D. Vance, sizing up the competition, cut 17, please.
The leading Democrat for 28.
I think it's got to be AOC. I know that's probably conventional wisdom, but
well, no, I think the conventional wisdom right now is Newsom.
No, I don't buy that. I think he hurt himself with his comment to an audience full of Black Americans that I'm low IQ just like you. Sort of bad in a couple of different ways.
How do you do?
At least two major political gaffes produced in a single sentence. The major political gaffes I've had, it's sort of much less efficient than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think all
AOC more than Ossoff, more than any of these other guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's the AOC versus Ossoff thing. I guess the question would be, who do you think really has the power in the Democratic Party? And if you think the answer is like Wall Street and the left of center business community, then it would be Ossoff. And if you think it's the universities, it would be AOC.
Ossoff. Who's this Ossoff character? John Ossoff. They're talking about him more and more. OSS-OFF. Spoiled rich kid from Georgia. He's serious. And we'll be right back. JD, you are the man.
The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.
Greg Kelly
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
It's the Disco Inferno song, updated by a DJ. It was already kick-ass, now more so. Woo! Dario Caminita. That is the song of the summer, upgraded. Thank you.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hey, we're joined once again by that great patriot and great artist, Scott LoBaido. You know, artists always seem to be off on their own, off in their own little world, whatever it is they do. Scott LoBaido, really an artist of the people. He is accessible. You see him on Fox. You see him all over the place, cable news, the radio. And he is prolific when it comes to the art, but also a huge promoter of America, defender of America. And he knows how to put his ass on the line. Scott LoBaido, welcome back. How are you? Where are you?
How you doing, buddy? I am smack dab in the middle of the Made in America Pavilion, where I have my artwork on exhibit, as I am also painting live every single day this gigantic 9-foot by 17-foot canvas of my favorite subject, Old Glory, oils on canvas. I believe it's the biggest one ever painted. So this is my most epic moment, as I am here in the heart of the patriotic fever that is so thick. I'm beside myself. And again, you know, there's so many people here. It's 137 million degrees out. But the people are flocking. I don't care what these self-loathing liberal D-bags want to show you at 9 o'clock in the morning before it opens up, or what they want to complain about. They're just self-hating. It is epic, and I'm just honored, honestly honored to be part of this energy on this.
That's great. Yeah, I saw those videos, and no, it's totally out of context. Hey, what is it like painting in front of people live? Do they make comments? Are you self-conscious? Do you talk to the people who are watching you?
My plan was to talk and paint, and I have a little sign up. I have headphones on. I paint for like half an hour, 40 minutes, and then I come down and greet, take some pictures. But honestly, I am, again, beside myself about the energy that's here, but also about the amount of fans who have come from all over the world to actually just meet this crazy bastard. It is so humbling. You know, some people, they're like, it's just amazing because they're all lovers of this country. There's Democrats that are coming here. We're not talking politics. We're talking America. So regardless of what everybody's bitching about, it's taken over by Trump and the conservatives. It is not. Every walk of life is walking through here. People that don't even live here who have visited this country, not for soccer, but to come to this birthday party. I really want to touch on this before I waste too much time. You know, everybody knows me for being this flag painter, and so many people, even the people that like me and appreciate my work, you know, Scott, they're like, you know, we get it. You're patriotic. You know, you love America. You love the flag. We get it, Scott. But can you paint something else? And, of course, my haters who just hate that I paint Old Glory and think I'm just doing this for attention or following a trend, which is not true. And they just hate that symbol of oppression is what they call it. But the real reason I paint this is very important because a lot of people don't understand this. Yes, I love my country. I love my veterans. I respect what you did stepping up to the plate, Greg, yourself. But this is personal and maybe a little selfish. If you look up the word freedom in a dictionary, you will see my face. I am that eagle. I answer to no one. I paint for no one. I have no rules, although I live by the rules we have in this country. And as you know, I step over the boundaries sometimes because I can, because of that beautiful concept called the First Amendment. But I am the epitome of there are people that envy me, and I don't mean to say this narcissistically, but envy me, not me, the artist, the painter, how great I execute my brushstrokes, or you know how charming and handsome I am. Wink, wink. But they envy me because everybody wants to be that artist, to be free for a little while without answering to anybody, even family sometimes I don't answer to. You know, I answer to God, but yet I still argue with him. We have a relationship. I answer to no one. So I paint this flag as a thank you. I thank that flag, that living, breathing thing, as it says in the code, the flag code, the book of the flag code. She's a living, breathing thing. And obviously, more importantly, I thank the men and women. I don't care how corny people think it sounds, because I am the eagle who, if I want to take a shit anywhere in the country as an eagle, I do. If I want to express myself and yell and scream verbally or with my execution of my brushstrokes, I can do it, and I do it beyond anybody else's wildest imagination. And I owe somebody that. That's the only people I owe something to, are the men and women who made that ultimate sacrifice and still do today. With not only their lives, but their limbs. Greg, you know this. We've seen them come back from Afghanistan and Iraq, working with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. You know, here I am living the life, and people coming up to me saying, Scott, you got balls, you're so tough, and you're so cool, you're a hero. And I shut them right down. I say, no, man. I'm right across the street from the Medal of Honor Museum set up they have in the booth. And I always point over there. I said, those are the heroes. Those are the guys and girls with balls. I'm just a messenger. And my job is to teach younger people that, yes, be a crazy artist, be liberal, you know, have purple hair and protest your grievances as I do. Even if I disagree with your protest and for or against, I love the fact that you can do that. But don't you ever effing forget why you can. Be you, but don't ever effing forget why you can be you. You hold that flag up when you protest. You don't step on it.
Amazing, Scott LoBaido. Wow. Talk about freedom. The answers to no one. That must be nice. I am very tightly supervised by family, clergy, law enforcement, bosses. I need the supervision. I need the guidance, but it is amazing.
Well, my girlfriend does keep me in line sometimes, you know. I'm not that freak, you know. But you understand my concept.
I understand totally. ScottLoBaido.com, ScottLoBaido.com, LOBAIDO.com. Also, The Relentless Patriot, the artist, you can see it, the movie. How did this movie come about? There was a documentary about your life and your philosophy and everything, and I think it's a beautiful work of art itself. How did that happen, and where can people see it?
You know, it's funny. This filmographer, he was doing a documentary about patriotism in general about 5-6 years ago, and he heard about me. He came to interview in my studio, and an hour into the interview, he said, "I'm changing everything. I want to do your documentary." And I wasn't into it, and he goes, "Just trust me. Just give me what you have, footage of your life's work and this and that, and we'll put something together." And 5 years later, we came up with, they came out with The Relentless Patriot. Sadly, the people that produced it gave me a bum rap. That's a story for another time. But I don't make any money off it. I don't care about that. But I do like people to see it. It does show, a raw version of the Patriot artist, New York. Sicilian, crazy, but emotional, powerful, passionate. It's called The Relentless Patriot, and you can see it on Amazon Prime or Apple TV. It's an inspiring piece of film, but I just definitely want people to come here to this fair. Let me just finish with this, Greg, please. I know I'm running out of time. If you can't make it to the fair, okay, that ends on the 10th. I'm here every day painting till the 10th. If you can't make it to the fair at this year, the 250th anniversary, I come here all the time. I go to the monuments. I worship these monuments that are dedicated to those who served and, created this great land and everything. But everything is so beautiful now under the Trump administration. I thought that statue that I saw was that black marble, but no, it's now white that it was supposed to be. It is the most beautiful. Everything is beautified here. It's the Capitol. And if you come, I want you to grab your teenager, that one that's a little bit obnoxious. We've all been there. Drag him up to Arlington Cemetery. Let him watch the changing of the guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier. I can't even say this without losing it. It changed my life a long time ago. And it will change that kid's life. Oh, he'll still be obnoxious and a pain in the ass. That's his right. But he will see things differently. So please get down here, people, at least to visit the monuments in Arlington Cemetery, understand what this is all about, and live your life as crazy as you want.
Beautiful idea. Beautiful thought. Beautiful man. Scott LoBaido. ScottLoBaido.com. Have fun down there. You deserve it, and we so appreciate you. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate you always having me on, buddy.
To be continued for sure. How am I going to make it work? I got to get to this state fair somehow. By the way, tomorrow is an official federal holiday. So maybe it can be swung. It's just a little train ride away. I wasn't planning on it, but, I just got back from Washington, D.C. I know what he's talking about. It's so beautiful. That wrestling match, I got a good look at Washington. MMA, that seems like it was 5 years ago. It's not even 3 weeks. 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222. Hey, I might as well tell you guys this. I'm trying to get Jeffrey McDonald out of jail. Yeah, I know, the Fatal Vision guy, convicted of killing his family. Well, I have solid reason to believe that he ain't guilty, all right? And I have not only reason to believe, but overwhelming proof that he did not receive a fair trial. I wouldn't do this if I didn't think he was innocent in my heart of hearts. And I'm also, as you know, involved in the Bill Stevenson matter. But Bill Stevenson is a hell of a lot healthier than Jeffrey McDonald, who just might die because of kidney ailments, and he's older, significantly older than well into his 80s, and he doesn't belong there. If you heard or saw the movie Fatal Vision or read the book by Joe McGinnis, it's a pack of lies, all of it. And there's one dynamite piece of information that they tried to cover up, that you talk about reasonable doubt. He always said that there was a woman with a floppy hat in his house who did the murder, along with some other people. Well, a woman with a floppy hat confessed to the murder, Helena Stokely. And that same woman with a floppy hat was spotted in the middle of the night on the night of the murders on Fort Bragg. The cops saw her. It was raining cats and dogs. They saw her and said, what the hell is she doing standing there on the corner for no reason? Well, if we had more time, we'd stop and talk to her, but we got to get over to the scene of the crime where we hear there are a bunch of bodies. Kenneth Micah was the name of the MP. We actually know that. We know this. And that little tidbit right there gets reasonable doubt, more than reasonable doubt. To me, it's overwhelming establishment of innocence when you put it all together. So 800-848-9222. Happy 4th of July. More than a 4th of July. Happy America 250. The quarter centennial, as our friend calls it. Somebody called in. That would have been a cool thing to call it, the quarter centennial, but it never took. All right. Be right back.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
I can't wait to finish this movie that I started the other night, Citizen Vigilante, starring Armie Hammer and Costas Mandylor. The Costas was big in the 90s, and he's back with this one, and so is Armie Hammer. So it's totally anti-politically correct. It's kind of talking about the danger of non-assimilation in Europe. You have kind of maniacs coming from other parts of the world, and there are some great people from other parts of the world, but some not so much. And you got rape gangs, and it's shocking to me that rape gangs are so prevalent. I got a lot of them in Pakistan, a lot of them. And, you know, it's just, you don't have that in America. You don't. You don't have an organized campaign like we saw in the UK, which is still occurring. And it was allowed to flourish because law enforcement and the government just too uptight about being, I don't want to be racially insensitive. Are you kidding me? Who the hell cares what color, where anybody came from? There's a rape gang going down. It's organized. They're grooming children to become prostitutes and sex slaves. And they sat on their hands, and they're still sitting on their hands. I don't know what the hell it is with the UK. I've always known that they're uptight, right? Uptight and a little stodgy. They got to find some gumption, some mojo, and fix this stuff. Same goes for Germany. I mean, look, they were so traumatized, and they are even still traumatized. When I say the Holocaust, like what their ancestors did to Jewish people, what they did, like that has kind of understandably freaked them out. If they did that, what the hell are we capable of? And ever since, they have very, very strict laws against all kinds of forms of expression, speech, hate speech. Anything is hate speech. And I think that's wrong. You got to be able to shoot your mouth off. But it's inhibited them from speaking truth, right? That people of color, just along with white people, can be brutal monsters. So the film is called Citizen Vigilante, and I am very much looking forward to finishing it. Oh, look who it is. I think he's waited he's done his penance, hasn't he? I think he has. Russ in White Plains, hello.
Hi, Greg. It's only been 2 weeks, and I appreciate you letting me put other points of view in. It would be a quarter millennial, Greg. I hate to split hairs, but not a quarter centennial. I'm quarter millennial, the 250.
Yeah, all right.
All right. You just got to me. You brought up the Middle East and why violence was used on 9/11, and we had troops in Mecca and Medina. And they were angry about that. That's their religious capital over there. And George Bush, as soon as 9/11 happened, George W. Bush left.
Number one, we did not have troops in Mecca. We did not have troops in Mecca. That is wrong.
So George W. Bush left.
We had troops. We had troops at the airbase. I know Osama bin Laden was upset about that. Mm-hmm. Guess who wanted the troops there? The Saudi royal family.
Yeah.
All right? We're friends with them. We're friends with them. You make it sound like they deserve to hit us on 9/11 because we had troops there. It's just a little detail to me that they weren't in Mecca, but whatever. What are you saying? What's the point?
The point is Bush left to attack Iraq because it wouldn't look like USA turned tail and ran, just like Reagan in the Marines in '83. Then he attacked Grenada. Trump got it backwards. He should have waited till after attacking Iran to kidnap Maduro. That would have made sense. Poor Trump.
All right, so next time he's going to have to listen to you, Russ. I don't know. I mean, what did you just say about turn tail? What happened with turn tail?
Well, when the 1983 Marine barracks were attacked and killed 243 Marines, he ran and attacked Grenada. And on the 4th of July, I don't celebrate genocide and slavery. I face the truth. The truth will set you free, Greg.
Settle down. All right, this is where he talks really fast. He talks really fast. He tries to get all these little insane, what I sense heavily from you, anti-Semitic, anti-American points of view. So I tell you what, you wait 4 weeks, okay? 4 weeks. It's so nasty. So nasty. And I'll think about it in 4 weeks. I'll listen to this. If you're hinting at that crap, if you're even hinting at that crap, we're talking lifelong ban, Russ. Lifelong. All right? So you're on probation again. Gerard, hello. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm well. I'm calling from Hicksville today. I usually call from the city, but I wanted to offer you again another song of the summer. You've spoken to me before about this song that I'm trying to push, if you will, and you said to me...
Oh, man, that sing-along thing? Are you still pushing that?
Yeah,
hey,
sir, I have
that's a YP, not an MP. You get it? That's a your problem, not a my problem. You ever see that movie, Boogie Nights? It's a great movie.
Yes,
it's a great movie. Great movie. All right. Listen, good luck with the song. You put it on the social media, right?
Yeah, I got some haters for the first time. It's very interesting.
Hey, it's a sign that you've arrived. All right. You tell everybody what that social media is again.
Yes, I'm at Gerard NYC on Instagram and also Gerard McNamee Jr. on Facebook.
Gerard McNamee Jr. No one knows how to spell that. At Gerard NYC on Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's me, sir.
All right. Enjoy it. Good luck with that tune, okay? We'll be looking for it. Richard is standing by. What do you want?
Okay, I very much like the idea of this midterm convention because it'll nationalize the race, almost like a parliamentarian type of race, right? And like what Newt Gingrich did many years ago with the Contract for America. It'll also force the Democrats to counter-program, and we saw how bad their convention was, and all their weirdness will become very apparent.
Which convention are you referring to that was bad? The 24 convention?
Yeah, the recent Democratic National Convention. It was terrible.
I mean, look, I don't like their candidates. I don't like their point of view. It wasn't. I mean, from the choreography of it, it really wasn't bad. You know, it was better than what they would have had with Biden. No convention. No one was going to show up. All right, I'm glad you like the idea. It's in Dallas. I think just before 9/11, like the 9th and 10th. And I'm probably going to go. All right, I want to see what it's all about. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. There's the music. Happy 4th of July. I hope you have the day off tomorrow. It's a federal holiday.
Thanks for listening to The Greg Kelly Show. You can hear The Greg Kelly Show weekdays at 12:15 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
In this 25th anniversary year of September 11th, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation continues to honor America's heroes. Heroes like Fire Lieutenant Michael Wells, who was inspired by 9/11 to serve his community. After 14 dedicated years of service, he lost his battle with occupational cancer, leaving behind his wife, Katie, and their 3 children. Tunnel to Towers honored Lieutenant Wells by paying off the family's mortgage in recognition of his sacrifices. Donate $11 monthly and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org.